I don't know. I think CM Punk might be looking for a new hotel room after that match last night. I was so excited about that. You guys know I was excited about this match. And wow, I'm just lost on this because generally it was a good match. But this friendship bracelet thing that came into play where, Drew had it and Punk tried to get it and Seth put it on and Seth gets beat up. And then the match hinged around a friendship bracelet. With these guys, the three talents you had in there, did you have to hinge a match that was that hot around a friendship bracelet, Stu?
No. That was the dumbest thing all night. And you're right. Look, I think everybody was excited to see CM Punk get back in the ring. This is the first one-on-one match he had actually since he wrestled it All In last year in London, outside of a couple of house show matches with Dominic Mysterio. So everybody was excited to see CM Punk back in the ring. It's Drew McIntyre. They've had this rivalry. It's been fantastic. And you had a feeling Drew was going to get, finally get his revenge. And you're right. The match was okay. It wasn't great. The match was missing something. And I don't know if it was a matter of CM Punk just being rusty or if it was, I don't know what. The whole friendship bracelet thing, that was absolutely unneeded. You didn't need something like that for this match. And I don't know why they went down this road. I don't know if they thought it needed more heat because look, it's again, what they've been doing back and forth since WrestleMania, that's enough to garner interest in this match. Why are you worried about a stupid friendship bracelet? And the whole thing, and Punk gets distracted by Seth wearing the bracelet when Seth was just trying to hold it for him. It just, I don't know. It felt overbooked. It felt like, and I hate to say this, but I'm going to say it. It felt a little like CM Punk may have seen his best days. May have already seen his best days.
Wow. All right. Phil, your thoughts on the CM Punk match?
I mean, maybe my bias because I am the best Phil in wrestling. So
that's awesome.
I didn't go that far down that path about the friendship bracelet. I was like, it's the MacGuffin, it's the thing. And from that one perspective of when you look at SummerSlam as a business product, there are people who really only watch not just the pay-per-views or premium live events, but really just the big four events. So there's, SummerSlam will go up in how many people viewed, and it has been the most viewed, or will be, I'm sure, once we see the numbers, the most viewed WWE event since WrestleMania. And so it's like, oh, that's a quick and easy way to tell the story during the match for commentary. Like, oh, look, here's this really quick story connection about the bracelet that Drew stole, and now Seth has it, and Punk misunderstands. I was like, all right, this is part of the story. I don't think it necessarily was needed, but at the same time, I felt there was so much. I mean, you definitely got the point of why Seth Rollins is there. He has storyline points with both of them, but now it feels like on Monday night, are we going to finally get a three-way match between the three of them to tease either end this so they can go on and do whatever all three are going to do next? Because all of this felt, if you look back at WrestleMania, here are three guys who are all in the title picture. Seth at the time was world heavyweight champion, and Drew was circling there, gets cost the title by Punk by the end of WrestleMania. So it's sort of like, or no, wait a minute, that was Money in the Bank. I'm pulling pay-per-views together in my brain. So it's sort of like this was just the stall point until they got to this point for then all three of them to go on to other storylines that would involve a championship. But now it's like, well, are you going to do that? You just switched the World Heavyweight Championship. So here's Cody again. Cody could be at a point where he's going to go in another direction, but now, well, we haven't gotten there yet, but there was another surprise at the end of the night that maybe that'll tease a direction too. So it's sort of like, well, are you back in the same mess you were 3 months ago, where now you don't know where to go with these three? And are they just going to be locked in it together until next WrestleMania?
That was part of the reason that I wish they'd have waited to put Gunther in the World Championship picture. I think this would have been very entertaining to have the World Championship passing between these three guys. I'm not usually not big on hot potatoing, but with this could have been really fun. And then if Drew would have held on to the case, man, you could have had some real fun with this. And now it's still okay, but man, CM Punk getting distracted by a bracelet just threw me off, because that is not something that you would think a guy, the way the character's been portrayed over the years, would get put in the tank by, No, he's always been focused on winning, and now he's worried about a friendship bracelet. That doesn't make any sense. So yeah, and Stu, I understood what you said about Punk looking a little off. I will say he looked like he was in some of the best shape he's looked in a long time.
He looked in great
physically looked great. But yeah, I see what you're saying. It was just, and maybe he was holding back a little bit because he just, was worried about getting hurt. Like I remember when he jumped off the top rope to do a clothesline, it wasn't quite as explosive as it normally is. And maybe there was just a little bit of being tentative after everything that's happened with his body, that he just wanted to make sure he got through this thing without any other major fiascos going on.
And I hope that's the case. I hope he was just holding back, because I like watching Punk. I mean, I'm not like I'm not like pining for it, but he's fun watching the ring. So I'm hoping that's what it was, that he was holding back. It was like missing a step. It was just, I was not impressed with that match.
Yeah. So it was quite the entertaining fiasco. I don't know. I mean, it was still good, but Seth Rollins was awesome, by the way. I do want to throw that out too. Seth was great. I mean, playing the referee that just would stand around and let stuff happen, sitting up in the corner, and, Drew's getting his head bounced off the steps and he's just kind of standing there and doing his laugh and everything else. What a job he did last night, I thought. I mean, that was just something that I noticed, that Seth stood out in that role very well.
He was very good in his role. You're right. And that, the fact that he's going to be fed into this, vortex with Punk and Drew, it will be, I guess it'll be intriguing to see where, how it all falls out. I got a feeling this is going to be the program for probably the rest of 2024, is the three of them, in whatever combination you want to put.
I'm fine with that. I want Seth to come out on top, but I think the roundabout way to getting Seth Rollins back to the World Championship against Gunther, I'm good. I want that match at WrestleMania. I think that would be fantastic.